Leg of the Champions League Finals begins. Monterrey, Santos, next on Fox Soccer.
Welcome everyone to Fox Soccer's coverage of the CONCACAF Champions League. For the third time in the last 4 years, we have two Mexican teams in the final. It's Monterrey versus Santos Laguna, the first of two legs. Alongside Christopher Sullivan, I'm JP Della Camera. Sully, how are these two teams similar? How are they different?
Similar in the fact that they both play exquisite, unique attacking football. They're capable of playing great football. Well coached, Benjamin Galindo, Victor Manuel Vucetich. Tremendous amount of resource, star power, two of the best teams in Mexico consistently week in and week out. Both teams deserve to be here in this final.
Santos Laguna made it this far by beating two MLS teams, Toronto and Seattle. Monterrey beat two Mexican teams, Pumas and Morelia. We take you back to the second leg of their last game.
And it really started with a 3-0 first leg in Monterrey. They came to Pumas managing on their terms. And you see the combination capability. Chelito, Delgado, Reina with a great strike right here. In the later stages, the younger players were introduced into the game for Pumas and saving little face, equalizing in the second leg. But look at the aggregate, 4-1 for Monterrey.
As for Santos and Toronto, it was 1-1 in Toronto. Here's Herculez Gomez. He's been the star for Santos Laguna. He scored 2 goals in this game for Santos Laguna, continuing his hot streak. And Daniel Luduena would finish things off. It was a great second half for Santos Laguna. They romped. It was a 7-3 aggregate for Santos Laguna. But the hottest goal scorer in Mexico, in CONCACAF, and really one of the hot goal scorers in the world has been Herculez Gomez. 11 goals in his last 8 games. Can he continue on with this torrid streak? We'll find out.
The crossover. The very definition of compromise. Gentlemen, we can rebuild it. We have the technology capable of building a crossover worth driving with hybrid crushing highway fuel efficiency. The Mazda CX-5 will be that crossover. Better, stronger, smarter. We build Mazdas. What do you drive?
This is racing champ Tony Stewart. When Tony goes for a drive, things can get a little dirty. That's why there's new Armor All Extreme Shield Wax. It protects your car and repels dirt, unlike any other wax. Undoing whatever life does to your car. That's the Armor All way.
Here's a picture of my grandpa back probably about late 60s. My name's Paul Fabry, and I grow oranges in Florida for Tropicana. My grandpa taught me a lot about life, and most importantly, orange growing. You pick those oranges when they're at the peak of their ripeness. That's how we make the perfect tasting juice. This is packed with potassium and vitamin C. You can just see the juice just dripping out of there. Every glass of Tropicana has 2 full servings of fruit. Bet you didn't know that. They're good. They're good for you, too.
Ball, Gomez, and he finds the far side!
Look out, shut it down, Gomez shot, and they're on the board. Yet again, it's Herculez Gomez. There's another one, the shot taken, there you go. It's tied, Herculez Gomez strikes again. Another good ball. There you have it. It is Gomez again. Gomez missed the last couple of games with an injury. He's back in the starting lineup for this evening. We'll take a look at the starting lineups. They're brought to you by the General Automobile Insurance. We'll start with the home side, Monterrey.
And you see a pretty good defense in front of Orozco. The important thing here, JP, is Neri Cardoso will play on the left side. Chelito Delgado will not be playing. Reina, a player number 10 to keep your eye on. And then up front, Chupete Suazo, number 26, and Dinigres, the Mexican international. On the other side, in front of Sanchez, you have a solidified defense. Number 4, Estrada is fantastic, but in the midfield, Crozas and Rodriguez will have their work cut out behind Herculez Gomez, and up front, Quintero. Very potent attack.
Match referee is Francisco Chacon. We're just about set for action. First of 2 legs, second leg in Torreon, 1 week from tonight. underway. Santos Laguna in the green and white stripes. Blue uniforms belong to the home side, Monterrey. On the ball, it's Reyna, number 10 in blue. A little bit of room on this right sideline, but not for long. And then the takedown. Metzo was fouled. Free kick is coming up for Monterrey. Angel Reyna plays it short. Humberto Suazo back to Reyna. Is that handled? Chacon says not intentionally anyway.
Well, one thing to get used to is Chupete Suazo likes to operate in a deeper position, so he can put his touch in this type of orchestration.
The cross by Reyna. Boloy got to head to it, clear it out. Move forward by Quintero. And then in the middle, Rosas had the pocket picked. Suazo lost it at the last moment. It's deflected back. The chip into the box. Played across. Suazo. A weak pass he was looking for Denigris.
And I think it was more about the surprise element, just trying to release into Denigris, who didn't anticipate Suazo was going to release it that quickly. Good start again. Every match in this competition, we've seen Victor Manuel Vucetich really squeeze a lemon and get his team firing at a fast tempo.
Denigris giving it up into the middle. Played over by Perez. Monterrey on the attack. Metzo. Suazo. Nice turn. Nice ball ahead. Metza. Down that right flank. Partially blocked by Ramirez, who will clear it out to safety. It's a throw-in.
Many thought that the surprise from Vucetich would be a certain player played in, but it's Candido Ramirez on the other side. Benjamin Galindo starting him.
Metza, the cross, stayed on the ground. It's cleared away. Back towards the halfway line. Settle there. Luis Perez, a couple of goals in the CONCACAF Champions League. He finds Reyna. Give and go. Not enough give on that. Taken away by Rosas. Quintero, hearing the whistles. He was suspended. Second leg. Didn't play in that match against Toronto. So one thing, goalkeeper way out.
Absolutely, JP, and you saw Basanta try to anticipate, come into Quintero, was in a deeper position. That will be a battle that we need to keep an eye on. When Quintero gets isolated and he can break up the field, he ignites that Santos attack.
Orozco, the goalkeeper, will play it to the left. Darvin Chavez moved up on the wing. That's blocked. Perez couldn't hear the whistle, but it was blown by Chacon. He was looking for the pocket, and he awards a yellow to Suarez, or to Suazo. Humberto Suazo.
I'll have to take a look. One of the players he's slowing down, Estrada, who's been one of the best defenders in this tournament, particularly in the match. This player right here that played against Seattle single-handedly fired up Santos into the attack for the response. You see that he's riding the tackle and just floating over the left leg, and looks like he's standing on the right. We can't see from that image.
Pass upfield from Rosas, picked off. Played back to goal to Orozco. He was on the 2011 Gold Cup roster for Mexico. Back upfield, Santos. Looking for some room. That was the Ramirez pass that's blocked. Gathered in. Monterrey looking upfield. Suazo, nice ball ahead. The flag goes up though on Reyna. He doesn't hear the whistle. He's still playing. Well, perhaps the referee didn't acknowledge it initially, but we saw the flag going up very early.
Well, he did the right thing. You know, he continued to play, particularly in Monterrey. The crowd gets so loud, but this is a blueprint of what we can see and how Santos can be broken down. Chupete Suazo coming a little bit deeper, soliciting for the ball, quick turning ability, and the ability to make that incisive pass to Reina slashing from that right midfield position.
Baloy in the middle. Suazo pressured him. The flick upfield. It's knocked away. Along that far sideline, Cardozo has some help. Perez back on the flank. Defended by Estrada. Monterrey will get it back and play it back in their end.
Fantastic start for Monterrey, and you can see that Santos very disciplined and organized between the three lines. It makes them have to have that improvisation ability to invent on the ball individually and collectively. Something that Victor Manuel Vucetich gives the freedom to his players to create in the game.
Santos on the attack, gaining the halfway line. Gomez. Baloy. Estrada. Estrada's pass off the mark. Monterrey setting up to the halfway line where that's picked off again. Ramirez. Rosas pass ahead. Suarez, the shot is blocked. Gathered in. Reina had some help, and now Reina will take over. Immediate long ball. They're trying to find Suazo. Baloy is back there. Nice turn. Oh, he got clipped.
Yeah, and
now Suazo already has a yellow card.
A great point right here. I mean, Suazo is, you see he's tenacious. He's trying to torment that back four time and time again when they're turning towards their own goal. But Felipe Baloy has that mobility and smooth technique. You can feel the timing of Chupete Suazo. Takes a little snapshot over his shoulder.
Basanta will clear it up. Suarez left it off. Terra's pass blocked out for a corner. First one for Santos.
And a good response. And you see the last 2 minutes of Santos really showing what they have and making an adjustment, particularly in the midfield, breaking out in that open space, and Monterrey committing more players going forward.
Quintero with a corner right to the middle. A couple players went down. Here's the shot that's blocked. Cleared out beyond the area and then blasted in way high and wide. Roscoe will put it back into play.
I tell you, he's that player right there. Estrada has pepper in his feet. He does not stop for 90 minutes. Benjamin Galindo, a great classic number 10, nicknamed the Maestro. El Maestro. Played so many great years for Cruz Azul, and he's done very well as a coach. We see his touch and the form and style of Santos.
Basanta, left-footed ball ahead. Suazo had the Negris with him. Suazo can make things happen on his own. He didn't get a call there. Would have been a nice free kick for Monterrey. Instead, in transition upfield, Orozco way out of the box has to make the play.
He did well. He was able to link the pass up and also stay conservative and not take the risk of cutting it back and getting stripped.
Perez, Suazo, Reina, Meza. Meza with a knock to the right wing near the corner flag area. And Reina's going to draw a corner for his side.
That is great work. And when you look at, you can see this right here. Baloy, the wall. And Chupete Suazo looks much sharper, JP, than he did last year when he was playing against Real Salt Lake. He was carrying an injury. Big, important, integral catalyst for Monterrey.
Short corner for Monterrey. Reina. Cleared well over the halfway line. Quintero, is that handled? He says it was.
This should be a card.
He's asking for the card. Chacon's not going to give it to Nery Cardozo, but he could have. Now he is.
I see Nery Cardozo
Didn't look like he was giving it originally. I wonder if he heard something in the headset from the assistant referee.
We clearly see
because it's right there
that he leaves the arm. It's a great call. Great little foot back. And this is what Quintero can do in the open field.
Second booking for Monterrey. Suarez leads it. Estrada was trying to join in the attack. Boloy versus Denigris. Another collision. Boloy's going to be involved in a lot of those. Already has been. And it's early in this one. 11th minute. Scoreless in the first leg. From distance, the chip. Boloy goes out to cover it, and that's shanked away.
Well, you see that Chupete Suazo at full speed, but the tempo is outstanding, really, from both sides. For Santos, clearly you can see why Lidueña didn't start, even though he's a creative player that can improvise and distribute. Candido Ramirez on the other side will be a good matchup against Reina. Really both sides forcing him to come back, and then Suarez on the right looks very dynamic. That opens up and gives that extra fraction of a second to the two central midfielders for Santos.
That was off Gomez. Swept away. Possession gained by Monterrey towards Denigris. Now Reina. Reina getting it back from Suazo. The trio has worked well together in the opening 11 plus minutes. Off Quintero. He'll recover it. Immediate long ball. Does the flag stay down? Orozco came out and then he gets clipped.
I see both playing a little bit late here and playing as if it's a final. They're not going to wait for that first whistle, JP. Herculez Gomez has that timing and ability just to slice across the central defense. And Quintero has that low center of gravity. And look at Herculez. He's just trying to pull himself on. In between Maya and Basanta.
He's been one of the hottest goal scorers in the world. 11 goals in his last 8 games. He's been on fire, yet he still hasn't been called up yet by Jurgen Klinsmann for the U.S. national team. You keep hearing those rumors that he's on the radar, that Klinsmann has been in touch at some point, but so far, no call-ups.
Well, he should be. I think Jurgen Klinsmann is smart of his position that he played, that he understands what he can bring. Keep in mind that the framework with Santos is ideal for Herculez Gomez.
Meza. U.S. has a bunch of friendlies coming up, so we'll see if Gomez doesn't get a call. And then, of course, on to World Cup qualifying for 2016 in Brazil, or 2014 in Brazil. Give and go. It's knocked away.
There's some beautiful football right there, and it starts with that quick zipping ball from the feet of Crosas.
Estrada. That's blocked up the middle. From distance, high and wide of Orozco.
You see Chato Rodriguez. So many years that he played at Atlas when he was young. He was one of the players that everyone had marked as the big talents. And he ended up augmenting kind of his style and his role. He had the speed and vision, but became more of a relay. Robbing the ball, releasing it to the number 10s. The Santos look good. And they played well. You're starting to see some of their best orchestration.
Crosas. And then it's turned over. Suazo. This time the foul on Boloy.
It was going to be a battle all day. One thing about Chupete Suazo, he has personality. So he knows, he also has that pedigree where every referee gives him respect. Felipe Boloy is like a bodyguard in that back. He's physical. He's got a good low center of gravity, great coordination. So those two are going to be a matchup to watch.
Long clearance from Osvaldo Sanchez for Quintero. One-on-one defending. And it was knocked away. Cardozo did a good job to slow him down. Suarez. Estrada. And it's going to go out for a throw-in for Santos.
Love this player. Now, you talk about a right back that can get forward, that can get back, covers box to box. Great two-way player.
Quintero settles it, fakes, try to play it through. The run, though, was stopped. Cándido Ramirez thought he might be in an offside position, so he held up his run. Free kick for Basanta.
And I think this is one of the reasons, again, why Cándido Ramirez is starting at that position. Just those recovery movements to slow down that exit out of the back for Monterrey.
Reina. Denigris. Suazo into a crowded middle. The ball won by Santos. The intended pass was for Quintero. Perez has some help on the wing from Meza. Perez stays with it. Well done. Suazo leaves it. Perez to the left side. Cardozo. Perez. Perez holds. He's got Zavala in the middle. 17 in blue. Zavala one more time. Perez. They're giving him a little bit of room and time. Here's Suazo. Up the middle. Gave it. Zavala, the shot! Wide of a diving Osvaldo Sanchez. But you can't be happy with that free shot.
Well, it was fantastic football again, and you see the fans encouraged with the rhythm. The players all on the same page, playing one rhythm, changing the rhythm, getting the looks, excellently choreographed, and then the conclusion, this driving strike from 30-plus yards out. And they're extremely good at creating that type of space because the movement up top, they have 3 or 4 players with good interchanging in the area. Vucetich loves to get the midfielders that attack the area late.
Intended for Reina. 18th minute, scoreless here in the first leg. Upfield. It was deflected out. Suazo was looking for a chance. Or was it not?
You see a little bit of a drop-off. Look at the Suazo going forward into the area. If you give him this look, he can strike. This one going off. But good search. Yeah, you see that first insisting time and time again where they're trying to lock in wave after wave of attacking pressure from Monterrey.
Suazo's a clutch player, 9 career goals in the CONCACAF Champions League. Same with Denigris. It's the most in their team's Champions League history. It'll be a throw-in near sideline. Santos has to recover under a little bit of pressure. Ramirez. And a foul was called. And it's on Santos. Well, let's see where they're going to put it. Yeah, he was taking a throw-in. Meza will leave it. Up the wing it goes. Meza gets the return. He was looking for Reina. Rosas kept it on the ground. Christian Suarez, that's blocked. Perez, 8 in blue for Monterrey. Suazo to the left sideline. Numbers forward now for the home side, Monterrey. Cardozo, nice step over by Neri Cardozo. The Argentinian will push it back to Zavala. Final pass denied. And taken over by Santos. Ramirez. The middle, that's deflected, but a shot is going to be taken wide of Orozco.
Not a bad idea. You see Santos, when you were asking the similarities of the two teams and the difference is Santos breaks swiftly up the field, less collective. They can be more direct, bypassing the midfield, still using angled passes, getting behind the defense and the opponent. Although I'd have to say I'm impressed with their collective game tonight. The movement and the choreography has been very good. Great attacking coordination and balance.
Ramirez. Meza brought him down. No foul called. Gathered in by Monterrey to Meza.
When you think of Herculez Gomez playing in this team in Santos, one of the richest clubs in Mexico, where before they had Mateus Bozo, Chucho Benitez, and now with Quintero and Herculez Gomez. Great move.
Nickerson pushed it back. It comes to the right side. Meza. Getting it back from Perez. Cardozo's pass to the left. It didn't work, intended for Reyna. And again, no whistle from the referee, Chacon.
Well, again, it comes down to Suazo and Felipe Boloy. Boloy having a word with Chacon. But we're seeing the players that are making the difference in these phases, JP, is Reyna and Neri Cardozo, taking different positions.
Suazo, as he turned, sent it in wide. That was deflected, so it should be another corner.
And you see that he's building his appetite, just sharpening up Suazo on the turn, getting that instinct. Intuitive when he comes in there. There's Ledueña, you see on the 10 out of 10 times he's started these type of matches.
From that corner, it's headed up and out of play. Like Zavala got a piece.
I expect a little more from Deniga. Not really presence that you look for. There's been a lot of interchanging up front. But the final movement, he makes the killer movement with good instinct and awareness.
It's wide of Orozco. 22nd minute, scoreless here in the first leg. Anything surprise you about the way this has started?
I'm impressed with the response of Santos, knowing that they're so strong at Torreon in the second leg. Some of the movements they've made, not starting Ledueña, putting a little youth on the left. It forces Monterrey that they really need to get a good result at the beginning. They always look to set the tempo. And I'm very impressed with how Santos have coped in the first 20 minutes.
Suazo gave it away. Ramirez lost it. It's going to be deflected out. It still belongs to Monterrey. Coming up on Sunday, Barclays Premier League action. Manchester United taking on Everton. 7:30 a.m. Eastern Time. It'll be live in HD. The Perez pass in the middle. Cardozo. Hard pass. He tried to get the return. Estrada moving it upfield towards the feet of Meza from Orozco.
You see that Basanta did a good job anticipating and cutting that off, his positional sense. I think you'd like to see of the two, Herculez a little bit higher and Benitez deeper. A breakout capability, you can use the speed. Herculez closer to the goal.
Basanta with that pass. Knocked upfield by Zavala. Lost to Baloy. Using his size and his strength, but finally it's poked away. Suazo has some help upfield. Monterrey with several in the box. It's deflected away. Cardozo, first man on it. Defended by Rodriguez. The turn, the cross. Intended for Suazo. Cleared away by Santos. Quintero.
Great challenge.
Monterrey wins it again. Meza.
Now you see they're coming to life. In attack, they're
right side, Meza. Defended by Crosas. Gains the end line, tries to cross it. Was it over?
Well, this is outstanding football again. It really started with explosive burst and short accelerations as he makes his first touch. Really ignites the attack. Neri Cardozo playing his part, Reyna. And then the midfield recuperation is a good spell here for Monterrey.
Corner from Suazo. It's headed away by Baloy. Monterrey winning that ball back. Cardozo back into the box. The header. And that was Zavala. Wide. Sanchez.
Good timing right here. You see that Zavala holds up a little on the run. Nearly Cardoso. Cardoso glancing. Look, the eye contact right here. He plays it over Dominguez, looking for that second runner into the space.
The veteran Sanchez. Long ball. He was looking for Gomez. Cut off. 6th minute, scoreless in this first leg. It's an all-Mexican final for the third time in the exception was Real Salt Lake losing to Monterrey. Suazo getting that game winner at Rio Tinto Stadium, 3-2 aggregate.
That was a big deception for Real Salt Lake because that was the one team when they were playing their best football that could have represented the region well in the FIFA Club World Cup.
Suazo. Reyna. Suazo was trying to help. I think he and Reyna got in each other's way. Ramirez back upfield. The visitors look to spring. And there was a collision upfield, but no foul was called by the referee Chacon.
Yeah, this one on Hercules Gomez. He's going to call it for sure. Benjamin Galindo trying to get the... For the first time, they're dropping in their structure, in their form, and their cohesiveness between the midfield and that back four.
Play is now stopped for the injury.
You see
Zavala's the player down.
Whether it's Basanta, Zavala, who plays deep at times, but also can get forward and trail late. Vucetic loves to incorporate multiple players getting into the attack. And now we're seeing for the first time that ease from Chupete Suazo, why he makes the big money in Mexico. Certainly on his game.
Meza. Zavala. Perez. Meza. A little bit of room in the right. Looks for the give and go. That was denied. Up the scraps. Takes off down the left wing.
He did well. But look at the hustle from Meza. Makes a quick exchange and combination. And zipping back at full speed. And on everything, as they say in Mexico, they cut the veins when they're on the field to open up and really dominate and get that rhythm.
Perez. Back it comes to Monterrey in their own half. Just outside the box, right side it comes. Hiram Meyer. Another member of the Gold Cup squad for Mexico in the 2011 Copa America.
What a team. Chepo de la Torre put together a great side.
Suazo, oh, the right idea. He just couldn't get that ball through.
Well, you see, we've been watching the last 10 minutes. Estrada has pinched in totally from the right into that central defense in front of Felipe Beloy just to help out for those little combinations. So that is a tactical move from Benjamin Galindo.
Quintero, full speed ahead. And then lost it to Cardoso.
Are you looking for that extra contribution? This is where players, whether it's Dominguez, Chupete Suazo, Neri Cardoso, Arena, coming back just to give that extra defensive help. Because Quintero, when he goes, he can break tactics on his own.
Quintero scored 4 goals in the CONCACAF Champions League 2011-12, but he has 11 in his career. So he's been effective in this competition. He's also scored 4 goals in Mexico. Santos is in second place, 1 point behind Tigres, and they play each other in Torreon on the weekend. So a chance to take over first place in Mexico for Santos. It's a big week for them.
Yes.
Suarez, the cross. Well, nobody really home. Gomez trying to track it down, kept it in play, but gave it right back to Meza. Chavez pass to Cardoso.
I think the last 2 or 3 occasions where Monterrey is coming out of the back, it's Luis Ernesto Perez who's come right very, very deep line midfield, almost like a libero in front of the back 3. And they've split in between Quintero and Hercules Gomez. Santos, the big concentration, has been right in this pocket. Quick move.
Beloy is there to sweep it away. A little bit of a push there from Gomez. Better than a half hour gone. Does either team have an advantage to you here?
Well, I think Monterrey is starting to show the edge. You know, they're at home. They're controlling the rhythm. They're seeing the field a little better collectively in their attacking movements and choreographed to be able to build and construct their movements up the field. And then that ability to improvise with multiple players is far greater than Santos.
De Nigris. In a space it comes, that's swept away. As Osvaldo Sanchez was trying to come out and make the play. And Marius wasn't sure if he was calling for it or not, so he did the right thing. Meyer. Reyna. Perez. The chip inside. Intended for De Nigris, that's cut off. This again a big play by Beloy. Christian Suarez on the chase with Zavala.
Zavala, massive.
Oh, Zavala, well done. Here he comes. He has options. Reyna, quick shot right at Osvaldo Sanchez. He and Suazo again got in each other's way, so it wasn't really as clean a shot as they could have gotten off.
And I think any other player would have passed that on to Suazo. But Reyna has that striking ability and capability outside the area. You see no hesitation. What's the turn? Zavala. Central midfielder that has good feet, good vision, good awareness, and can release the ball. There's Nery Cardozo.
Yeah, Cardozo, 18. Santos looking for it. There's a bump from Suazo. Kept alive by Meza. Perez. Quintero lost it. Swept away by Galindo.
Oh, we're seeing how high Meza is up on that right side. But, I mean, he's so fast in the recuperation, the way he runs. Benjamin Galindo, a lot to think about. Nowhere close in the ballpark where Pumas were. Pumas were being outplayed off the field. And so I think Santos have looked good, particularly if they get back to Torreon with a good result. For Vucetic, he's got to be pleased with the chemistry and the rhythm that they've established, but one goal really opens it up for him.
Vucetic missing Cesar Delgado, suspended because of yellow card accumulation. He'll have him back for the second leg. Oribe Peralta, their joint top scorer in the CONCACAF Champions League, sits this one out because of yellow cards as well for Santos. So a couple of big players missing, one from each side. Zavala. Push back.
And I think it's safe to say, JP, that Ludueño is another attacking element that at home for Benjamin Galindo, he could be used, or in the later stages in this match where he can distribute from a deeper position.
He was effective in that second leg against Toronto, scoring once in the second half.
But he's a particular player. You know, he's hit and miss. He's not always a guy that gives you the continuity and consistency in big games.
Perez for Monterrey. 35th minute, scoreless in the first leg. Into the box it comes. And nobody was able to get to it. It's deadened there by Mares for Osvaldo Sanchez.
Well, you see a little bit different variation right here on the last attack, breaking the pattern, looking for a surprise element into De Nigris, who really hasn't had much rhythm or contact at all. But it's good to try that, though, because then it opens up something at the top of the area, another alternative.
Suarez. Mares. He also missed the last match because of suspension, both he and Quintero. Crosas. Gomez left it.
Well
Quintero. Turnaround shot, right at goal. And Orozco makes the easy play.
Why not? You know, and very similar to the other side, just a quick turn. Can strike from here. Doesn't get it exactly the way he's looking for. Great little drop off from Quintero. One thing Hercules probably loves about playing in Mexico is you got the altitude. You know, so if you strike it right, you can score the wonder goals.
Throwing for Santos. 36th minute. Scoreless first leg. Second leg in Torreon. 1 week from tonight here on Fox Soccer. On the turnaround, Humberto Suazo. Cross. Possession gathered in by Estrada. They'll try the long ball. A bit too ambitious. Comes all the way back to Orozco. Hiram Meyer, 21 in blue for Monterrey. Up for Perez.
Again, we talked about Basante and Hercules Gomez, but so far Basante has been impeccable with his positional sense for Monterrey.
Meyer. Way up the field. Now for Perez. Suazo. The Chilean gives it up into the middle. Right side, De Nigris. Perez. De Nigris, can he turn? He's doubled up. Lost the ball there. Mares. For Quintero block. Zavala got a piece. Cardozo lays it off. One fake there. Another. He was almost handled there. Edge of the box cleared by Santos. Not out of trouble yet. Ramirez was able to move it upfield. Not close enough to Hercules Gomez.
This is what Monterrey does extremely well. Once they start getting that surge and wave after wave of attacking pressure, they have three in the back that anticipate, and they can lock you in for 5 minutes at a time. The one who's been extremely impressive, too, has been Luis Ernesto Perez, number 8. I mean, his leadership, his direction, making himself available time and time again here, just to initiate each attack.
Suazo is taken down. Rosas fouled him.
And you see Neri Cardoso is asking for a card as well. Chupete Suazo has already picked up a yellow. You see that Rosas does well to keep his foot down, and it looks like his knee comes across. Suazo's leaving his leg out there. If you look at the positioning of Neri Cardoso, his starting position, JP, has been much more central. In other games, Reina and Cardoso were extremely wide. But because Santos is so funneled in, narrow in the field, Monterrey has adapted to get players close in the vicinity and combine right up the axe of the field, right in the middle, in the gut of the field.
Free kick from distance, 39th minute. Suazo is over the ball. Strikes it, it's deflected. A big save for Sanchez, punched it straight out. Looked like it took a bit of a change going in.
I think that he punched it with the right velocity there because it passed 3 players from Monterrey.
Reina's cross. Headed away once by Suarez. He'll go after it, couldn't get it. Monterrey won that ball. Laid off. And then the legs get tangled up.
Yeah, you see Zavala's been huge on his one-on-one challenges. This one, he wasn't played precisely into the feet, and Estrada zipped through. And look at the short approach as he strikes this. Great strike from Chupete Suazo. He's got 3 coming right on the doorstep. De Nigris is there, Neri Cardoso, and Oswaldo Sanchez does well to punch it past him.
Cardoso playing it into the middle. Suazo, a very active first half. Nice move to get himself free. Chased by Estrada. Keeping his balance until then. He's trying to draw that. Did he get it?
Yeah.
He did.
And again, we talked about the ease and smoothness of Chupete Suazo. I mean, this has to be a half a dozen times that he's made a tunnel at full speed, putting it between the legs. And he's looking to play around Felipe Beloy on the second movement. Great action. Breaking from a deep position. There's the acceleration just to separate.
Could be costly because according to CONCACAF's Yellow card report today. Beloy was 1 away from missing the next leg. So that will do it for him for next week.
Well, he hasn't started in every match in this competition. You know, they're pretty deep. Santos of the two are probably a little more solidified in the back four than Monterrey.
Several players come into this in yellow card jeopardy, including the goalkeeper, Osvaldo Sanchez. So he's got to be careful in terms of those time-wasting ones that sometimes goalkeepers pick up. Free kick, Monterrey, 41st minute. From about 26 yards. Suazo strikes off the wall. It's a loose ball. Gathered in, cleared away by Santos to the feet of Quintero. Headed back while he was in the ground. Quintero got away from Meza. He may have a chance here. Into the box he comes. Trying to pass it off. He gives up a great scoring opportunity on his own to try to play that ball across.
Absolutely. He had done everything right. Neri Cardoso really playing him through, and that was one to finish himself. Quintero had done all the hard work. Unselfishly,
he chose a more difficult option.
Well, he felt for sure that everyone was going to anticipate that he was going to slot this, and perhaps Suarez would be open. And look at this defensive anticipation. The slide tackle was outstanding.
Mares with the throw-in. Remember, against Toronto, they scored late in the half to get even. Here's a chance, and Orozco makes the play.
But I think that slide tackle was from Hiram Maya. He did so well because he was already 5 yards behind. Surge from Santos. Suarez to the right side. They're trying to play it across for Quintero. Not much room in the wing. The cross. And Orozco does well with that. And even though they didn't catch a goal, Santos, they disrupted a little bit of that attacking rhythm that you could feel Monterrey was pushing. You can sense they're looking before the break for that early goal. Nice couple of step-over moves there. Reyna, the shot way up, high and wide. He's got that capability. You see the way he moves and just slaloms in between 2 or 3, trying to get on his right foot. He scored 15 goals for Club America a few years ago. Was the leading goal scorer in Mexico. It just didn't go well. Like many great players that go to Club America, all the money is spent, but they don't perform well for that shirt. He's found a home for Victor Manuel Vucetich. Quintero couldn't sneak by. It's Basanta. Denigris, Basanta. Perez. Jose Basanta will push it back. You see Monterrey, they're getting that touching and moving and the orchestration. Definitely the familiarity and chemistry in the attack is, we haven't seen a team this impressive in Mexico since Pachuca under Ojitos Mesa that have won this tournament. Hercules Gomez played on that Pachuca team. He's trying to get back to another FIFA Club World Cup. That's where the winner of this 2-leg aggregate series will go to Japan in December for the big prize. Here's Reyna. Doubled up and then took some contact there in the end. Chacon either didn't see it or didn't think it was warranted. You see the Hercules is offside. I think he just interpreted it well, that there was no one in the neighborhood when he had played that, and he kind of drew the foul, played through. Kind of interesting decision or non-decision. Final minute of play. Meza. First leg scoreless at the moment. Monterrey in blue. Santos Laguna in the green and white. Perez up the middle. Denigris knocked away from him. Stepping up was Beloy. And that right sideline taken away. Monterrey countering. Intended for Suazo. Now Denigris pulls it down. Blasted away by Santos. Pretty good recovery and balance there from Crozas. He saw that Felipe Beloy continued through. A risky move this late in the first half. Perez, deep in his own territory, moves it upfield.
that's going to do it.
I think it was a fascinating first 45 minutes when you look at the emphasis on technique. Pretty outstanding play from Monterrey. The tempo that was set, the response from Santos was pretty impressive after 10 minutes in, and then you saw that late surge. We should have a great box-to-box second 45, JP.
First leg, 45 minutes in the books. It is scoreless between Monterrey and Santos Laguna.
The crossover, the very definition of compromise. Gentlemen, we can rebuild it. We have the technology capable of building a crossover worth driving with hybrid crushing highway fuel efficiency. The Mazda CX-5 will be that crossover. Better, stronger, smarter. We build Mazdas. What do you drive?
I was always taught that it never hurts to help others. Well, there are times when my muscles clearly disagree. Fortunately, there's Tylenol Muscle and Body. It relieves my muscle aches and body pain.
With Tylenol Muscle and Body, the first layer relieves pain fast. The second layer provides extended relief that lasts.
We can all use a little help now and then.
Tylenol Muscle and Body. Get back to normal, whatever your normal is.
This is racing champ Tony Stewart. When Tony goes for a drive, things can get a little dirty. That's why there's new Armor All Extreme Shield Wax. It protects your car and repels dirt, unlike any other wax. Undoing whatever life does to your car. That's the Armor All way.
Well, these two high-scoring teams from Mexico failed to produce a single goal in the first 45 minutes of play. Monterrey and Santos Laguna scoreless in the first of two legs here in the finals. Let's look at the Geico first-half highlights where 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
Well, it's definitely not for a lack of intensity. I mean, both teams came out flying, set a high tempo. You see Zavala trailing here late, and this was after good orchestration from Monterrey. Victor Manuel Vucetich had the formula right. The chemistry was there, but very difficult to crack that defensive unit of Santos for Benjamin Galindo. Chupete Suazo showing his quality. He's been a beast on the field. I mean, playing exceptional. And then you see Benitez. The one real breaking element besides Hercules Gomez is Quintero. Quintero one-on-one right here. He decides to slot it. Iremaya comes with a fantastic slide in anticipation. Probably the best opportunity for Santos.
Anything stand out to you in terms of the numbers? Not that many shots on goal, certainly for either team.
No, I think the numbers are the corner kicks. Monterrey only having 3. In other matches that we saw in the first half, they'd have 5 or 6. You know, so it's been more of a central buildup, and that's why they're not getting as many corners.
We'll see if things change for the second half, but in the meantime, we have other highlights to show you. There's another Champions League competition that's taking place. It's the UEFA Champions League. Highlights from games yesterday and today after the break.
Patient has severe pain in the posterior region. Diagnosis? Classic case of tax pain. We can't help him.
H&R Block can. Get the maximum refund guaranteed. We make taxes painless, but hurry into H&R Block before the tax deadline.
We're on a mission. Changing the face of turkey. Spiking your dip. Pumping up your ham. We're totally smooth and a whole lot of tangy. We always bring the flavor. And we're spreading. So join us. Miracle Whip. Don't tone it down.
I was always taught that it never hurts to help others. Well, there are times when my muscles clearly disagree. Fortunately, there's Tylenol Muscle and Body. It relieves my muscle aches and body pain.
With Tylenol Muscle and Body, the first layer relieves pain fast. The second layer provides extended relief that lasts.
We can all use a little help now and then.
Tylenol Muscle and Body. Get back to normal, whatever your normal is.
This is racing champ Tony Stewart. When Tony goes for a drive, things can get a little dirty. That's why there's new Armor All Extreme Shield Wax. It protects your car and repels dirt, unlike any other wax. Undoing whatever life does to your car. That's the Armor All way.
This is my dad, and he grows oranges.
You know the best way to pick an orange, son?
What?
You hand pick it. Twist, and you pull it down.
Can I have some?
Of course. I don't know that I've ever heard anybody slurp it quite like that. Tropicana is made of one ingredient, juice from the orange. No added water or sugar. It's that pure. Think you'll grow oranges one day?
Yep.
The crossover. The very definition of compromise. Gentlemen, we can rebuild it. We have the technology capable of building a crossover worth driving with hybrid crushing highway fuel efficiency. The Mazda CX-5 will be that crossover. Better, stronger, smarter. We build Mazdas. What do you drive?
Highlights from the UEFA Champions League yesterday, Bayern Munich versus Real Madrid.
And you see that Bayern Munich came with a game plan. The French jewel, Frank Ribéry and then Gomez hitting the second after the equalizing goal from Mesut Ozil. Bayern Munich with a huge victory in the first leg. Could Chelsea do the same against the world power FC Barcelona? Iniesta linking up with Alexis Sanchez. Kisses off the top bar. Maybe it wasn't meant to be for them, but then on the full breakout, Ramirez, look at the slotting pass. Didier Drogba comes through with the goods. A massive goal for Chelsea, and it's going to be a fantastic second leg.
Two important second legs next week. Barcelona versus Chelsea. That's Tuesday, 2 p.m. Eastern, live in HD. And then Real Madrid versus Bayern Munich next Wednesday, 2 p.m. Eastern. That's live in HD on FX. And then don't forget, Real Madrid Bayern, the encore, 5 p.m. Eastern time in HD on Fox Soccer. Huge week next week in the UEFA Champions League, and the same in the CONCACAF Champions League as well. Suazo was pretty effective in the first half, but still, he and Monterrey come up scoreless against Santos.
And we have a late entry, Mr. Quigley.
Is he wearing running shoes?
And they're off. It's Queen's Hurricane out front. But wait, it's gonna be Quigley! What?
I'm gonna do it like this. The new lightweight midfoot strike Skechers Go Run.
Oh man, this is bad. I'm bluffing. I am so bluffing. This is all my rent money.
I'm all in.
Well, it's in there now.
Sweating on the inside? Handle it on the outside with new Speed Stick Power.
Not bad for my first time.
Speed Stick, don't sweat it, handle it.
I don't get it, Dave. I use grass seed just like you, and mine's not growing as well as yours.
It's the difference between uncoated seed and Scott's Turf Builder coated grass seed.
Coated grass seed is different?
Yeah, you can see it's different just by pouring it into water.
How does it work?
It's like every seed is wrapped in a water-absorbing sponge.
I can almost picture it.
Introducing Scott's Turf Builder Coated Grass Seed. The exclusive coating absorbs up to 2 times more water. It's the quicker, easier way to start growing a healthy lawn. New Scott's Turf Builder Coated Grass Seed.
This is racing champ Tony Stewart. When Tony goes for a drive, things can get a little dirty. That's why there's new Armor All Extreme Shield Wax. It protects your car and repels dirt, unlike any other wax. Undoing whatever life does to your car. That's the Armor All way.
Here's a picture of my grandpa back probably about late 60s. My name's Paul Fabry, and I grow oranges in Florida for Tropicana. My grandpa taught me a lot about life, and most importantly, orange growing. You pick those oranges when they're at the peak of their ripeness. That's how we make the perfect tasting juice. This is packed with potassium and vitamin C. You can just see the juice just dripping out of there. Every glass of Tropicana has 2 full servings of fruit. Bet you didn't know that. They're good. They're good for you, too.
New Ritz Munchables. 50% pretzel, 50% cracker, 110% delicious. It's the Ritz you love with a pretzel crunch. Available in 2 flavors.
The crossover. The very definition of compromise. Gentlemen, we can rebuild it. We have the technology capable of building a crossover worth driving with hybrid crushing highway fuel efficiency. The Mazda CX-5 will be that crossover. Better, stronger, smarter. We build Mazdas. What do you drive?
After scoreless first half, we get ready for the start of the second half between Monterrey and Santos Laguna. The second leg, don't forget, 1 week from tonight in Torreon, and Fox Soccer will have full coverage next Wednesday. We'll see if there are any changes for these two teams coming out to start the second half of play. Santos Laguna only had that one good chance. It was in the end when Quintero passed up a good chance to shoot that ball on his own, played it across, and they come away without a shot on goal. And this is the highest scoring team in the CONCACAF Champions League. They set a record this year with 34 goals. They averaged 2.83 goals per game. So offense, not a problem for them, especially at home.
Yeah, I think it's just a matter of getting the framework and how they're going to play. He's been great, Felipe Beloy. They've really packed the central part of the defense in front of the area. Osvaldo Sanchez coming up big when he has to. But if you look at the way Santos breaks, they're breaking at speed through Quintero and then also Herculez Gomez. Maybe Ludueña could be an option. On the other side for Victor Manuel Vucetich, Walter Ayovi. We might see him in the later stages. He could be a game changer that could actually support these great attacking weapons.
Both teams have solid benches. We'll see if any of those players make their way onto the field in the second half. Francisco Chacon, your match referee from Mexico. Underway, second half. Monterrey in the blue. If you're just joining us, green and white colors belong to the visitors, Santos Laguna. That could have been a costly giveaway that far upfield. Still might be. Suarez doesn't get the call there. That would have been a free kick from 23, 24 yards out. Perez to the far side with that pass. Suazo. Humberto Suazo playing with that one yellow card. Trying to move it towards Denigris. Blocked by Beloy, who's also playing with that yellow card. Cardozo has the other 3 yellow cards in that opening first half of play. Estrada will move it up. Ramirez lost it there. Cardozo for Monterrey. Meza to the outside for Reyna.
Again, when you look at Victor Manuel Vucetich, the touch that he can put in a big game in a final, all you have to do is look at Cardozo. He's been playing centrally. In most of the games that he plays, he's very isolated on the left side for his starting position.
Beloy swept that right up the middle. Knocked away off of Suarez. Perez from Chavez. The turn there by Zavala.
Yeah. Luis Ernesto Perez and Cardozo have been outstanding.
Suazo, nice juggling. Kept it alive, then tackled away, but possession gained by Zavala. The shot! Wide of a diving Sanchez.
Now you see Zavala, when he had shot from distance in the first half, the capability and quality that he possesses. Great collection right here, and he gets a little backspin off it and just strikes us without any spin on the ball. Look at that takeoff. Fantastic strike. Osvaldo Sanchez really anticipated well.
It's deflected when it was shot. That's the corner. They play it short. Suazo. And the call was made on Estrada. And then possession was lost. Up the right flank. The speed of Quintero. They're chasing him from behind. And in the end, the legs get caught. Both players down.
Well, I think you're exactly right, JP. They got caught right here, and you can see at full speed, Quintero, he just chops the ball back behind him. Well balanced, and Neri Cardoso comes in at full speed, and it looks like he didn't foul Quintero. It was that they missed you know, going back to every ball being contested, this really is a final. I mean, they're fighting for the FIFA Club World Cup position, so they could be playing either Chelsea, Bayern Munich, Real Madrid, or Barcelona, and then the Libertadores champion in South America.
And it's a good rivalry, too. Both teams qualified for this event by getting to the 2010 Apertura final. Monterrey won that. So they've got the rivalry in Mexico. They've got the rivalry in the CONCACAF Champions League as well. Monterrey moving it forward. They haven't lost in their last 7 games in this competition. 6 wins and a draw. Perez. Suazo stays with it. The shot, though, was blocked. There's a lot of traffic in the middle. Estrada goes after it. He's bumped. Ball went out. Throw in for Monterrey. Cardozo. Get it back. Kept it on the ground for Suazo. Reina loses there. Suazo comes up with it, but the foul is against Monterrey.
You see that Reina just clips Crozas a little bit from behind, but again, Chupete Suazo seeing everything like it's in slow motion. The movements in that deeper position. The attacking orchestration has been fantastic for Victor Manuel Vucetich, but very difficult to break down Santos.
Crozas to the outside. Quintero. Crozas. Estrada. Basanta took it over for just a moment and then lost possession again. Estrada.
That's that tenacity from Estrada, and he'll start varying a little bit more, getting into the attack.
Baloy. The flick. Gomez. Suarez with the look up. Going to the right sideline. Quintero. Quintero will hold one-on-one, beating Cardozo. Somewhat free as he tried to cross that. And that was off him, apparently.
Well, you see that he had Hercules Gomez at the near post. Hercules had just broken out. A little frustration there for Benjamin Galindo, trying to get the formula right. He's got to be pleased, JP, because 0-0 against Monterrey, 50 minutes in.
He'll take this going back home for the second leg. With the way his team scores at home, 6 goals in 3 games there. 3 different games, they scored 6. 3 out of the last 4 at home. It's a high-powered offense. And you have balanced scoring as well. Suazo.
Now, the one who just looks off the rhythm is Denigres, the only player in the attack for Monterrey who's just, and part of it is just because he hasn't been established into a rhythm.
Zavala gave it up into the middle.
Which is interesting. It's a quandary for Victor Manuel Vucetich, because if Reina is playing well, Neri Cardoso is playing fantastic, and both Zavala and Perez are playing well in the midfield. So if you take someone off, would you take out Denigres? Look out.
And the break-up field. Ramirez. Meyer. The defending. Cardozo comes over to help.
Well, you can see that Candido Ramirez, why he started. You know, he's got the speed. He just floats through the attacking third, but not quite making the great decisions when he's isolated.
Reina. Played it back. A slip there by Chavez, but he recovered. Cardozo to Perez. Zavala. Basanta. Cardozo back for Jose Basanta.
You see that the work, the running. Chato Rodriguez. It's a great little pick off here.
Ramirez thought he had somebody closer or making that run.
This is before you saw Candido Ramirez just clumsy in his challenge. You have to say Mesa has been outstanding on the right side there. Something to think about. Benjamin Galindo, he might want to put in Ludueña because I think that he can orchestrate from a deeper position and connect with Hercules Gomez and Quintero.
Play was broken up by Estrada, who goes upfield to get the return pass. Not close enough to him. Angel Reyna. Suazo from De Negris. The shot taken again off target.
Yeah, but you can see what he was trying to do. He felt that Osvaldo Sanchez was going to guess to his left. He was trying to pull that back and catch him. Cheating. We're seeing two things happen here. On one, Santos, their attacking coordination, very poor, starting to diminish. And it's not having continuously. On the other side, Monterrey is really picking up in their attacking chemistry.
Christian Suarez, a little bit of room for him. Ramirez sliding it to the left. Cross is coming. Blocked and then headed away by Meza. Santos fights to win it back. This chip, though, is well wide of Orozco.
Poor strike. Well, you see that Chacon has been pretty consistent with allowing these type of challenges. You see Luis Ernesto Perez taking a foot right across the face on the follow-through after he made contact with the ball. Candido Ramirez. He brings the energy, but not quite that fluidity and that connection in the attacking third. So something to think about for Benjamin Galindo. And I think we'll see Ludueña come in. I mean, if he's looking to catch, if he wants to solidify with energy and just go 0-0, maybe he'll stay in.
Osvaldo Sanchez on 4 World Cup rosters for Mexico. We'll roll it to the left side. Galindo, Crozas, Mares. Here's Monterrey on the attack. Suazo. Left side, Reyna. And 2 players down. Chacon is looking, but not calling anything.
Again, we've seen this a few times on occasion in the first half where Monterrey looking to break the pattern. Reyna just looking for the slashing run right here. De Negris trying to outmuscle. I mean, when you look at the height of El Chato Rodriguez and De Negris, he's got a huge advantage.
Perez pass to De Negris. De Negris drew the foul. Played it up quickly. De Negris gets it back. Suazo blocked by Sanchez. He couldn't pounce on it. There's a foul there. Whistle had blown.
But now you're seeing that the blood is boiling on both sides. Osvaldo Sanchez did fantastic with his concentration.
I don't know if we'll see this from CONCACAF TV, but I'm not so sure that ball was dead on that free kick. They put it into place so quickly. This was the end of it.
Well, see, it's a poor touch from Chupete Suazo, and clearly he should have been caught. I mean, he's already on a yellow here. He comes across and shows the bottom of the studs. There's the quick, short exchange. Really a signature and hallmark of Monterrey in the attacking third. And he's fortunate he's not off, that he wasn't sent off. De Negris puts his best ball in of the game. Now, these guys do this on memory.
And all players like Suazo need, same with Hercules Gomez, one opportunity. Sanchez appears to be okay. That could have been worse. Osvaldo Sanchez is showing the referee Chacon the damage. 58th minute. Still scoreless here in the first of 2 legs. Second leg next Wednesday in Torreon. We're going to see a substitution for Monterrey. It'll be the first sub. Zavala leaves. Dario Carreno comes in. That's an offensive-minded move. Carreno, one of the best goal scorers.
Well, when you look at great coaches that are not afraid to pull the trigger, and Victor Manuel Vucetich cannot risk going to Torreon without a goal. I thought Zavala was fantastic.
Yeah.
What he brought to the game on both sides of the ball, his recuperation, his balance with Luis Ernesto Perez, allowing the freedom of Nery Cardoso and Reino to get forward, exceptional.
5 goals in 6 games played in the CONCACAF Champions League for Carreno. It was interesting, though, that Zavala did come out. You had mentioned Denigris has been the one that was struggling.
Yeah. And I think that decision, JP, is more if Walter Iovi comes in, because they can play Chupeta Suazo and Iovi as floating forwards that are not true forwards, almost like a false forward or a false 9.
Santos spraying it wide right. Quintero, 1v1. Played across and the header went wide.
What a great ball that's played through. And you can see Herculez Gomez, how he separates and puts himself in good positions. It's like he's coming up cramping.
Everything he's been striking has gone into the back of the net. So it's almost surprising, even though this was a difficult challenge, almost surprising to see this one not go in.
You see so much respect when Quintero gets in that position right there. It's just a little bit,
Back to live action, Suazo. Monterrey strikes.
And you can hear the euphoria, a tidal wave of emotion in Monterrey. The hitman, Chupeta Suazo, sharpest player in attack tonight. Really well deserved. Great layoff. And you look at the killer instinct. Denigris comes through with a fantastic layoff. He's driving at full speed, just angles it. And it's the position that Chupeta Suazo takes and the ability to be ready, on demand. Look at the put away. Fantastic strike with authority. Massive goal for Monterrey.
6th goal for him in the CONCACAF Champions League 2011-12 and his 10th career goal in this competition. He was wide open, though. Beloy came out late to challenge him, but it was too late.
Well, he's been in the zone, JP, the whole match. I mean, even the first half, when things weren't going his way, you could see that he was smiling, laughing, having a good time, as if he knew he's going to catch a goal.
All right, how does that goal change this now to you?
Well, I think it changes it incredibly, because we're going to see a different Santos going forward, taking more risk, perhaps to equalize. But Monterrey have it in their DNA that they smell blood when they get their first goal. And they look for the second. It's just ingrained in the way they play.
Denigris. Monterrey with a 1-0 lead over Santos. 62nd minute. Suazo looking for another, and he's got help. That was Perez joining.
He's got such good peripheral vision when he's in the attacking third. He just kind of feels the pressure and sees it so well. Suazo, and changes on a dime his movement. Such a good low center of gravity. Look at that. I mean, he sees the pressure in front of him. He's just trying to play into Nery Cardoso.
Basanta. Into the middle it comes. Back towards Basanta. Quintero's on him. It's back to the goalkeeper, Orozco. Rosas by the sideline. Quintero gave it right back to Basanta. Suazo gets pushed down.
One thing we talked about in the first 45 minutes, JP, was that this is played like a final. Every ball is contested, but the tempo was just raid completely. Supersedes everything that we see in just the regular week-to-week games in Mexico.
Can't hear the whistles. You see another sub. Carlos Morales has just come on. We'll have to see who he came on for. as the ball is switched across. Gathered in. Suarez. It is Ramirez who is left. Christian Suarez will give it up on the left. Mares. Each team has made a sub now.
So I think the thinking there from Benjamin Galito is he's fighting energy with energy. You know, Ludueño is the one I thought would come in, but perhaps they saved him for the second leg.
Still a lot of time left in this one. Monterrey leads thanks to Humberto Suazo's goal. 6th in the Champions League, 10th in his career in this competition. Santos looking for an equalizer. They're going to get a corner kick out of this.
There's good work here from Herculez Gomez. Good ball dropped in from Crozas. And Gomez gives you that opportunity for the midfielders. He's always moving, he's running. Pique, they say, you know, where you're just looking for that little sharp, quick acceleration behind the back three. Tremendous work rate.
Mares will take the corner. That's headed up and over Orozco.
And of the two teams, Santos a little bit more difficult, dangerous on set play, standard situations, and corners. One of the reasons why we're seeing this is the last chance from Herculez. He's got a case for a handball there. Going back to my point earlier, Monterrey, when they're in the attacking third, they're not setting up their set plays because their strength is just to look for the surprise element and get back in and attack.
Quintero, his team down on the road by 1. Quintero sliding it through. Gomez, the pass across. And an easy tap to Orozco, who clears upfield.
Oh, this is an awesome, probably the best pass of the game that I've seen. For Herculez Gomez put a wonder ball into Quintero, and that's one to strike directly. Look at the touch in the run again. He collects it with his left foot and then plays it with the outside of his right. Mesa did well to intervene and make it difficult for Quintero.
Suarez for Santos. Long distance shot. Wide of the target again. For a team that set CONCACAF Champions League goal-scoring records this year, the offense has been off target today. When they've had chances in the final third, they've missed the target more than they've made it.
Absolutely. And when they played the first leg in Seattle, they were even worse. You know, just totally off their coordination.
Coming all the way back. Headed with enough authority back to Orozco. Don't forget, next Wednesday, CONCACAF Champions League final, the second leg between these two teams, 8 p.m. Eastern, live in HD from Torreon. Reyna. A 1-0 lead for Monterrey and a goal by Humberto Suazo. Reyna. A look inside and goal kick.
I'll tell you, Nery Cardoso playing from a more central position. This is the most I've seen him run in the last 10 matches that I've watched him. I mean, his movement and their precise movement. Not useless running.
Suazo again on the ball. To the outside. Carreno. That's over Sanchez.
This is one of the reasons why Monterrey, very similar to Pachuca, that strong Pachuca. I don't think this is anything too bad there from Cardoso. But they get you from the flanks, isolated. You know, back in the day, it was Chaco Jimenez, Chitiba, Damian Alvarez, and Monterrey is built the same way.
Quintero looking for some room, almost got around. And it's knocked away. Basanta knocked it out. Should be a corner.
See, these two just trying to get on the same wavelength. It was a great little slashing movement, diagonal into the heart of the area from Quintero. And I just watch Herculez is holding up his run.
Maybe Quintero got it last. Yep, went off him. Back to Orozco. 69th minute. Monterrey leads 1-0 over Santos in this first of two legs.
See, Vucetich uses Perez the same way that Juventus use Andrea Pirlo. He comes all the way back deep. So if he pulls a defender with high pressure, then they play him behind. And they always have options with Reina and Neri Cardoso.
No foul called. Santos will get it back. Mares. Off Suarez. And he fouled and trying to win the ball back.
Lucho Perez. Probably one of the best matches he's played in this tournament that we've seen. And the final showed up big every time. The most difficult moments, looking for the ball. There's Ayovi. Now this is the most versatile player in all of Mexico. You can play him at left back, left midfield, central midfield, second point forward. And very similar to Quintero in the open field breakout.
Quintero trying to put that into the feet of Gomez. Suarez. Cardoso. Plenty of time, plenty of room. Meza going forward. His team up by 1 at home. He takes a tumble, advantage call here. He stays down. Reina, the cross. Denigris try to leave it for Suazo.
Oh, there's a great idea from Denigris. Just a little bit off, and you see the capability and quality from Reina on that right side. Puts in magnificent crosses.
Here comes a substitution. In the 71st minute.
It looks like Victor Manuel Vucetich is going to keep Denigris in because he gives that knockdown capability into the feet of Suazo. Neri Cardoso, just excellent output. I mean, on both sides of the ball, playing a little bit more central. You see the fans applauding. And now it comes in the Ferrari, Walter Ayovi. He can light up the field. So you sustain that attacking energy for Vucetich, looking for that second goal.
Ecuadorian brings plenty of experience to the table as well. Coming in here, trying to at least get this result at the very least for Monterrey. Rosas. Quintero. Taken away. Could have had a go there. Now, a little bit late as it was blocked. Back to Rosas. Quintero. The cross to the middle. One header. Here comes a second. And they try to go near post. Hit side netting. Christian Suarez.
I say that Christian Suarez. Very good with the timing and the body positioning, just to hold off the pressure. There's the lunge, just collects it off his chest, sets it up for himself perfectly. He's looking for that surprise element at the near post.
Basanta. Long ball off the left foot. Control of the right sideline. Meza played it back.
A little entertainment for the fans. One thing about Monterrey is that they have this collective vision where they see the field extremely well. They see the width of the field. They see the options. They make the right decisions.
Darwin Chavez was fouled by Quintero.
And you see Vucetich, Victor Manuel, in his technical area. He's the architect of that football. Every team that he's coached in Mexico have been similar to this playing style.
He's coached 10 teams in Mexico, won 5 titles with 4 different clubs, so he gets the results. His team, defending champions of the CONCACAF Champions League. Perez with that pass ahead. Great ball. Oh.
There should be a booking.
Chacon is coming over to make that presentation. He does give it to Mares.
see Maras at full speed, gets caught on the wrong side. A great ball. Lucho Perez plays tight into the feet, allows him to turn and cut into the central part of the field.
Still
wasn't that bad in the second.
Still the only goal by Suazo. It's 4 yellow cards in this match. Push back to goal to Orozco. You wonder about the risk reward here if Santos presses high to try to get a road goal. 1-0 down playing at home, not that bad. 2-0 might be a different story, even with their offense. Down that right sideline, looking maybe for a second is Monterrey. Missing in the air was Carreno.
Well, I think what you talked about there, JP, is that they're trying to press there, but Perez is so good at soliciting for the ball deep that it opens up the whole attack, and they break Santos's pressure easily.
'75th minute. Visitors down by 1 in the first leg. Pushed up towards Quintero. Remember, it was 1-1 in the first leg in Toronto in terms of the semifinals. It was just a 2-1 loss at Seattle in that first leg, but the second legs at home, it was a dominating performance by Santos. They were helped against Toronto by those 2 penalty calls.
Clearly, they play a little bit differently at home. I mean, when they play away, they're a team that lacks that collective game, but still always have the individual ability to tip a game and score.
Suarez won just one of their last 9 road matches in the Champions League. Quintero went after it, was blocked into the middle. Suazo got it up for Carreno. Perez.
Well, Suazo just seeing everything beautifully. The touches, you know, to bring other players into the game, particularly in the open field, and put himself in great positions. Magnificent.
Perez. Cross by Messi. Deceptive. Here's Suazo. Boy, he could have put an exclamation point on his night if that was on target.
Oh, it was set up perfectly for him, and he loves this type of strike. Great ball played in from Mesa. And he hits it with 3 times the velocity that we're used to seeing. Looking to surprise Sanchez.
Suazo has had a terrific game. He's got the only goal, but you wonder, in that collision with the goalkeeper, had they given him the second yellow, things would have changed. This ball cleared out by Monterrey.
Well, he clearly benefits from being one of the star players in Mexico. So, like Cuauhtemoc Blanco when he played in Club America, the same thing. They get away with certain calls. But I agree with you completely.
The chip. Second ball, Quintero couldn't get to it. Too many in blue there, defending.
You have to say that Chacon hasn't really called that type of game, though, where he's looking at every nitpicking. He's been quite lenient. You know, he's made it a final. A lot of intensity and aggressiveness, but yet the artistry and orchestration on both sides have been extremely impressive. Great football.
Gomez has missed the last couple of games because of a groin strain, and you wonder how serious that was, or if they were trying to save him as well for this competition. Estrada squared it. Galindo. That's too easy for Monterrey. Suazo, he's all over the field. A bump from his friend Beloy. At least his friend tonight.
I love the way Beloy plays too. He fits in the mold like Rivaldo Mosquera when he used to play in Pachuca. You need those type of players in Mexico.
Denigris to the right for Meza. Suazo doubled up, and Crosas took it away. Suarez.
Now, if you look at the way that Monterrey, when they lose the ball, Monterrey gets back so quickly. They got 4 or 5 players charging. You know, maybe the first player doesn't recover. The second, he gets a foot in and a toe poke. But then you got 4 players around and they're hunting in a pack and swarming against an isolated Santos attacker.
Ayobi back to Basanta. Perez at the halfway line. Suazo drawing another crowd, but he still keeps the ball. And then in the end, trying to find Meza.
It's just different thought process. You see Meza putting the hand up. Suazo was trying to get him on the run.
Quintero, he went down.
Great turn.
Gomez out wide against Meyer. A little tug there. That's called.
It's been a tough night for Hercules Gomez. In the second half, he had that great run and the head opportunity. He's just trying to slip it between the legs. Meyer does well to anticipate and read it. But the isolation between Quintero and Hercules, they just haven't been on the same page. They haven't been close in vicinity. On the other side, you look at Monterrey, and their collective game has been stellar.
Ayobi. Perez to the outside for Meza.
Well, we see that. Keep an eye on Ayobi because he's just sitting back. He's not even in first gear. When he kicks it in on the break, he could be the weapon.
Long ball up for Quintero.
It looks like this is a tactical move as well. Look at Quintero where he takes off from.
Now they're getting players forward. Up for Gomez. Quintero. Gomez with a strike that's deflected favorably, though, to Orozco.
Didn't quite strike it the way he was looking for. Good opportunity for Herc. He can strike from here. And it starts again at the feet of Quintero, just tormenting in between Meyer and Walter Ayobi. I think Ayobi is there to give a little energy and speed to stay with Quintero because he's been taking off from a more central position. Looks like Vucetic has placed him in that vicinity.
Denigris. Ayobi. Reyna. Suazo. And Reyna drew the foul. Free kick.
I see that Crosas just trying to hold Reyna because we saw what Reyna can do combining against Pumas a few weeks back. Having a dialogue with Cheto Rodriguez. But now it's pick your poison. Chupete Suazo, Reyna, Ayobi can all strike from here. There's a pause, a hesitation. He's coming around and clearly obstructing his process.
This is about 23, almost 24 yards from goal. Humberto Suazo over the ball. And instead, it's going to be Perez. Or maybe they had the element of surprise going.
You love teams that always have that little surprise element, 2 steps ahead. Perez with that short approach. The time before when he was in this position, he laid off. Cheto Rodriguez had it well covered. And you see the adjustment, just backing up and anticipating well.
Another sub. Ludueña for Quintero. In the 83rd minute, you surprised at the timing of this sub?
Yeah, I think that he should have, it's a risky move when you're playing away from home to put in a player like Ludueña. But with the way that Santos was playing in the framework, their speed is through the feet of Hercules Gomez and Quintero. So you don't need to distribute with a full supportive buildup. You can just bypass and play into the space. Ludueña gives you that option. He's got better feet, better reading. He can make the passing better than any other midfielder. Far better than Cheto Rodriguez.
Mares to the left. Estrada. Settled there by Galindo. Suarez trying to get it forward. That's blocked by Meyer. De Nigris.
And you're talking about a player who could be off the rhythm the whole game, and De Nigris came up big, setting up the goal for Chupete Suazo. The same thing with Mexico in the Gold Cup that you called in 2011, JP. Chepo de la Torre, every time he introduced him into a game, he made an immediate impact.
Careno. Possession maintained. Monterrey's Ayovi. In the 2002 World Cup with Ecuador. Careno. Chested down. Suazo and Reina. Tackled away. That's Beloy. Then Crosas with the long ball. Elbows up a little bit there. There's Dueña. From distance, up and over the bar.
You'd have to say that the fans have played their part in Monterrey, because they're anticipating the Santos fans in Torreon, some of the most passionate, and create an incredible environment and atmosphere.
Galindo's going to make another change. It'll be his final sub. Ayovi on the ball. Chavez. Careno. Back for Chavez. Ayovi.
You have to be wondering what's going through the head of Galindo.
Dueña. Again, it's over Orozco.
Still positive in the break up the middle of the field. He knows that he can strike the ball. Suarez finds himself in a great position, and the defense just sags and drops off him.
Ayovi, 86th minute. Perez. Reina. Lost it there. Tries to recover it. With help, he does. More possession for Monterrey, up by a goal. Careno. Shipped over. Suazo. Humberto Suazo thought about it. Estrada chases. Suazo still has it. Keeps his feet. And he scores another. Humberto Suazo. 2-0 Monterrey.
Goal of the tournament, right there. Goal of the tournament. Your money, baby. The hitman comes through again. What a slalom. And you look at his center of gravity and ability to read the pressure. Big players make it happen when it counts. There's the freezing movement. He just floats in between drags and slots across, cuts like a razor, and then strikes with a surprising element under Sanchez. What a magnificent goal from Chupete Suazo.
The balance was incredible. Other players would go down or lose the ball, not him.
He does so well to recognize just that lack of concentration from Santos, where they just let down their guard and punishes him. Fantastic goal.
That'll put them up 2-0 here. We'll see if they can take that towards the 90 minutes. And if they can, that's what Santos will be fighting as they return home. A 2-goal deficit. Ayovi running it all the way up to the halfway line. Suazo. His great night continues.
Yeah, he's going to pick this one out, but this whole surge. JP, look at the ball that Perez plays right back to Suazo. And it's no different than when Barcelona play, and the pass has meaning.
While we're in replay, Salinas subbed in. He's getting booked. Free kick here.
You can almost sense that Victor Manuel Vucetich was looking for the second goal, and there was that quick little surge where Galindo was pressing multiple players high. Monterrey just sensing the moment and the occasion and getting the ball into the feet of the important player. Magnificent goal.
Monterrey want to make a change, and they will do it now with Hector Morales coming on.
A different match for Denigres. He didn't quite get all the rhythm that he's been accustomed to, but he played his part, orchestrating the first goal.
Morales is on. Free kick here for Angel Reyna. Gets it up there, and it's headed over.
Couldn't ask for a better delivery here. Good timing on the run.
Santos scrambling here, now down by 2 in the first leg in the 90th minute. Suazo has both goals. He's no stranger to 2-goal games in this competition. Sent inside, and it's grabbed. Orozco with it.
Well read. You see the anticipation. Again, the authority from Orozco.
Suazo in the quarterfinals, 2 back-to-back 2-goal games against Morelia. So many impressive things about his goal, but keep in mind how late he scored it. He's running like the game just started.
Well, he's looked sharper than he has in a year and a half, 2 years. And I think RSL could vouch to that as well, even though he was impressive in the final in Salt Lake. I mean, he's just so much sharper in everything that he does. The way he sees the game, his cuts, his movement, his confidence that's come along with that. And he plays for the team.
3 minutes added on here. The Monterrey fans finally have what they've been waiting for. Took a while. Second half, 2 goals by Humberto Suazo. 6th and 7th. He's now the leading goal scorer in the CONCACAF Champions League. Look at that bad pass back. That could have been a disaster for Santos. 2-0 is one thing. 3-0, I'm not going to like their chances as much in that second leg. As great an offense as they have. Iovi. We're in the first of 3 minutes of stoppage time. Suazo and Beloy, no give in either player.
La Porra. They're happy. But I think there's a lot of respect for Santos. You know, this is just starting. It's 180 minutes. Yep. Santos is so strong at home.
Another giveaway. I wonder if Santos is a little tired from all of the chasing. So much possession tonight. Can Santos get a road goal here? Suarez laid it back. Tackled away. Shot from distance blocked. Is the flag up? Nope. Staying down. That's Iobi versus Estrada. Iobi working the clock. Well, he did well to just move that out of danger.
He really did. And again, you look at the experience of Victor Manuel Vucetich. He knows ahead of time the players that he wants to introduce at the right time. Certain phases of the game or the situation. He's been right on every move.
Final minute here, unless more time is added. It's a minimum of 3 minutes that was added on. Suarez, but again, it's right at Orozco. Iobi, about a half minute to go. Now Monterrey can kill off the rest of it. They have the throw-in. Davin Chavez as the seconds tick off. Blasted upfield by Santos. One of the final kicks of the game. Chacon has looked at the watch and has called it. Monterrey, thanks to 2 goals by Humberto Suazo, take the first leg 2-0.
Well, definitely, Chupeto Suazo was the star, but it was a collective effort. Today, the team was the star. Victor Manuel Vucetich came out of the gate setting a very high tempo.
Second half highlights brought to you by the General Automobile Insurance. Suazo will star in these highlights.
We saw Zavala here striking from distance, and it was good orchestration. They were getting multiple players into the attack. And then finally, you see a little response here. Quintero, his ability to link up. Hercules Gomez with a good look. Snap header. Can't quite get it at the near post.
But then right back upfield. Disaster for Santos.
Benigres, the one who's setting up in a fantastic layoff, sliding at the far post. Tidal wave of emotion and really ignited Monterrey. And this is when they go for the blood. The juggling. 86th minute. Look at the pause, the hesitation, floats through, drags, and now cuts back and puts himself in a position. Boom. Slots it underneath Sanchez. Second goal, and that might be the one that they really need for this electric second final in Torreon.
A big player step up, Suazo did. Next week's second leg, 8 p.m. Eastern Time, live right here on Fox Soccer. Humberto Suazo with a terrific performance, 2 goals in the second half, as Monterrey wins it by the final score of 2-0 over Santos Laguna. Join us for the second leg 1 week from tonight. For Christopher Sullivan, I'm JP Della Camera.